Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Tuesday. It is January 12th, 2021. And as you can see, we're back to normal here weather-wise. Overcast. Well, we had one day of sunshine, so that was nice. But, yeah, gotta love New York. Don't worry, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes and it will change. But generally not for the better. But yeah, it's back to overcast today. What are you gonna do? It happens. Very mouthy chickens. Well, those are the roosters, obviously. But all right, I am going to get right into this video. All right. Yeah, see, there's the boss right there. There's Goliath. So, well, one of the other roosters inside giving his crow. Yeah, see, you hear that? Like, I'll come out here, and it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning. They'll be crowing. I'm like, no. So anyway, let's get into the topic of this video. Everything happens for a reason. And I kind of wanted to talk about this for a moment because I think this is kind of important, especially with everything that is going on. This last year, a lot of insanity, a lot of craziness, a lot of dramatic changes for people's lives in the last year. I want you to think about, emotionally, one of the things that I think a lot of it's not really talked about a lot. You had people that have been married, that have been, doing their thing. One's working whatever shift, the other one's working a different shift. They're going through the motions, maybe they're not super happy, but maybe they think that they're good or whatever. And then all of a sudden, you had shutdowns and layoffs or working remotely from home. And all of a sudden people realize, I don't really like this person as much as I thought I did. The divorce rate, people filing for divorce has gone up exponentially since the start of this virus as well, okay? So, that's very, very, it's a hugely emotional thing. I mean, I've been married twice, and, it can be very, very traumatic. I know that, like, with my second marriage, my ex-wife left, and at the time, and I'm not trying to throw under the bus, so I don't want you to think that that's what I'm going to say here is about that. At the time when she left, it was very, very emotional. I lost 20 pounds in 21 days. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't function. It was horrible. It was horrible. But after time went by, and looking back on the situation now, I tell people this, and again, I don't mean this as a slight against my ex, but this is how I feel. The biggest favor my ex ever did for me was leave, okay? But now I can look back in hindsight and realize that. But when you're caught up in that, in the emotional aspect of it when it's happening, it is very, very devastating, okay? But I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe everything happens when it should. I'm a huge believer in karma. Excuse me. Karma is something that, you do evil acts to people, and I truly do believe that it will come back. I got something on here. Hold on a second, guys. Looks like a hair. It was a hair. Sorry, it was just bothering me. I think if you do evil acts to people, it definitely comes back and it'll bite you in the butt. So those people out there that are doing evil things and doing rotten and nasty things, karma's going to get them. It might take a while, it might be years, but karma will get them in the long run. You can't continue to do those type of things and not have it catch up with you eventually. But I think if you're a genuinely decent person and try to do the right things, karma also gets you that way as well. So, good things happen to good people. I mean, I'm a big believer in that as well. So if you put out that positive energy, you going to go in? No? All right, Miss Molly. I believe, like I said, if you put that positive energy out there, it comes back to you. I really do. But anyway, everything happening for a reason. Now again, this last year was devastating again for a ton of people for a lot of reasons. But you have to look at it as a stepping stone. Loss of a job, or whatever. It is new opportunities, new doors opening up for other things, other adventures, other revenues of doing things moving forward. And again, at the time when something happens, especially, you know, let's say you're the main breadwinner, okay, and you've just lost your job because that company's closed their doors for good, they're not coming back, you know, you might be on unemployment for a while or whatever the case may be. Take that opportunity to look at what you can do to enrich your life, to make your life better, and those type of things. That's the way I look at it. I look at those things as opportunities. You know, I'm going to tell you what. I've been fired from jobs. Absolutely been fired from jobs. You know, and at the time, depending on what the job was, you know, it was kind of devastating. Okay, but in hindsight, every process, every step that has happened in my life has been a learning process. Okay, there's been jobs that I sabotaged myself, subconsciously, sabotage myself. You know, just play the game and everything will be fine. But nope, couldn't do it. And you know, so it happens. Okay, things are always going to happen. But you know, it's just I don't know. It's just I think a lot of people don't look at it that way. They just take whatever's happening at the moment and they let it overwhelm them. And you can't. You can't. Again, there's a plan, believe it or not. You know, you may not know what that plan is, but I think we're guided on our destiny for what we need to do. Now, if you get yourself caught up in doing evil stuff and stuff like that, well, that's another destiny, but it's not going to have a good or happy ending. Again, you have to look at what you want to do, where you want to be, what you want to accomplish. And, you know, it's a journey. And none of us are going to sit down. If you had told me, well, first of all, if you had told me coming out of high school, I graduated at 19. I turned 19 the beginning of June, and then, you know, graduation was a couple weeks later. If you had told me at 19, number one, that I would end up being a nurse, I would have said you're out of your mind. There would have been like, no way, no how. But that's exactly how life turned out for me. I found my calling, and I loved it, and I just loved taking care of people. I loved helping people, and it was just it was been a blessing, and it supported me and my family for, you know, a long, long time, and which has been great too. And then, you know, if somebody had told me that, you know, I would be into prepping and living off grid and doing all that, I couldn't even have imagined that back then. It wasn't even in my thought process back then. Growing up on, you know, in the country with my grandparents, and they had the, you know, they had an acre garden. That's how big their garden was. It was an acre garden. And I remember that peace and quiet in that time, and living on a farm when I was, you know, younger, and having cows and pigs and chickens and ducks and geese. And geese are mean, mean things, especially if you're a little kid. Geese, and they're big, and they're scary, and they peck hard. But you know, it's like those type of things. They shape who you are, who you become. And you can take any one of these lessons and you can use it in a positive way, or you can use it in a negative way. And again, that's free will. That's a choice. We all have that choice. We can decide which way we're going to go. What are we going to do? How are we going to get there? You know, I'm going to tell you what. And, you know, there are ways to make money quickly, obviously, you know. That easy way out. I've been there. I did that when I was a little bit younger. But again, money's not happiness. Money, that, you know, especially making it in the way that is illegal, always looking over your shoulder, am I going to get caught? What's going to happen? Those type of things. That's no way to live. It really, really isn't. But, you know, if you stay true to who you are, focus, work hard, again, you know, that's what it comes down to, is staying focused, working hard, having goals, not dreams, goals. Goals are what you want to have. You set the goal, you say, okay, I am going to get this done. I am going to work on this project, this, you know, if it's like you're working towards your degree, okay? Just like with Heather, good example. I'll use Heather as an example, okay? Worked very, very hard in high school, you know, got good grades. She got some nice scholarships for college, and so, you know, right now, she is in her second year of college, and you know, she's in the second, getting ready. They'll start their second semester. I think it's January 25th, something like that. I think that's what she told me. But it's around that time. It's the end of January that they will start school up for their next semester. And I said to her, and I said, no. So let me give you an idea, Heather. We were talking the other day. She's going to be coming home for a couple days here real soon. I'm picking her up, actually tomorrow. Real soon. Tomorrow. She's coming home for a few days tomorrow. I asked her if she'd come home and spend a couple days with me. But anyway, so you may see her on the live stream tomorrow night, just so you know ahead of time. But so I had said to her, and there was 3 of them that hung out. It was Heather, Kendall, and Noemi. Okay, and Noemi and Kendall come from their backgrounds with the family dynamics is a freaking train wreck, and I'll just put that. I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay, but a train wreck. And I said to Heather the other day, I said, if you look at yourself in comparison to those two, what are they doing? Almost 2 years now has gone by. They've been out of high school, right? Almost 2 years out of high school. I said, you're 2 years into getting your degree, your career, the rest of your life. I said, what have they done? One is working as a tattoo artist, which I'm not slamming that. I'm not, that's what she has ended up doing. Okay, but she had started college. I don't think she's in college anymore. The other one wanted to be a chef, and she's working in that in that capacity, working someplace as a cook. And there's no shame in that either. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm putting that down, but they're really, neither one of them have a solid direction or a game plan of what they want to do. Heather has a game plan. She's very, very focused. She's so much like me. I'll tell you, I tell people all the time, Heather's me in a female form, but more politically correct. I will never be politically correct. That's just not in my nature. I'm too blunt. Definitely too blunt for that. But she's more PC. So, but she's a great kid. But like I said, she has a plan. But here's also the difference between her and them. Heather has me as a support system, and I'm always going to be there for my daughter. Okay, and I've always been very encouraging of her all along. Noemi and Kendall didn't have that. They just did not have that, unfortunately. And I felt bad for both of them because of those situations. But they didn't have that guidance. They didn't have that person to be that rock, to be that stability. And I'm going to tell you right now, and that's something that's really, really important with kids, is stability, being right on point, being true to your word, following through on your actions. That's important to kids. Really, really is. So, but anyway, I want to hear your guys' feedback. Are you believers, if you will? And I'm not talking, karma's part of it. Karma is absolutely part of it. Again, that could be either doing good or evil acts. It definitely comes back to you one way or the other. But do you believe that everything happens for a reason? Again, there's been some things in my life that at the time were absolutely devastating at the time. And then again, later on, I would look back and realize, thank goodness that happened the way it did, because I probably would not have played it out that way otherwise. So anyway, this video is starting to get long. I know I get long-winded. I want to hear your feedback. Do you guys believe that everything happens for a reason? Do you believe in karma? Do you think those things are true and that they happen? So definitely in the comments, leave your comments and let me know what you think. So anyway, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Oh, also, please like, comment, and share this video. I would appreciate that. That would be helpful as well. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon and get all notifications as well. And thank you for doing that. I do appreciate it. Also, again, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. That's really, really important. I think a lot of people don't realize that we truly are, that we are one race called the human race. Also, remember, guys, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. I'm getting ahead of myself. Kiss and hug the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Also, remember STD, step, thing, and day. There's Miss Thickneck there, right there by the fence. She don't give me no eggs in the winter, not a one. When it gets spring, she every day. She's a regular, good little layer, but she does not like to lay in the wintertime. So anyway, step thing in day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to work on, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you, okay? Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. So how do I know that little Miss Thickneck there is not laying? She's my only Easter egger. She gives me the green eggs, and I have not had a green egg since it got cold. She's like, not doing it. She's an awesome chicken, though. She really, really is. She's very, very cool. So, I like all my chickens. I'm not going to lie. There's the boys. Yep, look at this. They're so big already. It's unbelievable, too. So I got to get them some more hens so that everybody can kind of get divvied up on the chickies, so they have enough girls. We got too many boys at the moment, unfortunately. But if I had more hens, we'll be good. But anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I hope everybody's doing great. I will probably do a second video later, and I will see you later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.